Hello everyone and welcome back to Durbanites FPL for this Gameweek 26 review and Gameweek 27 preview, using AI for the voiceover this week, since I have lost my voice. Let's start with the table, and another tight week with only Dora the scorer jumping over the champ at the end result. Zach's avoiding a scare mid-game week as Pitch Perfect went big earlier on. The table is still tight with just 3 points between 3rd and 4th place and a tie in 5th. As for the fight for the crown, it was an absolute dead heat at 81 points apiece for the contenders. With a quick game week turnaround, it's still very open and everyone is fighting, even Suad looking to leave the basement. Let's move on to the player selections. Cole Palmer getting the cold shoulder from one more manager this week, leaving Mo Salah as the undisputed king of the hill. Only a few choice differentiators this week, with Aaron Wan-Bissaka starring in the upset win over Arsenal and Daniel Munoz and Brian Mbeumo helping some managers boost their scores. Let's look at our performers now, starting with the stone wall defenses by Zax and Amin and a massive iron wall effort from Diddy. Zai is our midfield maestro, combining Mbeumo, Salah and Rashford this week. We have some super strikers in Moobs, Fathi, Asra and Harsen. One unlucky hot bench for Zax, but she escaped a flaming hot bench with a last-minute sub. Let's look at the best possible lineup from the league, a 3-4-3 formation this week. Alisson in the net with Flecken as his deputy. Then Hall, Wan-Bissaka and Munoz holding the line, in front of them, Mbeumo, Salah, Rashford and Enzo. That leaves Isaac, Wissa and Cunha leading the line. Brentford's Thomas Frank is the top assistant manager for the week. Mitchell, Minteh and Aït-Nouri warm the bench. You would have earned 142 with this team and 168 using the bench boost at a very affordable 95.4. Looking at the fixtures for the upcoming weeks, Brentford in current form are a good bet for points this week. Chelsea are so off form, but back-to-back fixtures against Southampton and Leicester may convince you to give Palmer and Nkunku a chance. West Ham this week are looking inspired after the win over Arsenal and Graham Potter settling his team. Jared Bowen and Mohamed Kudus are the call-outs here. Finally, looking at Wolves fixtures, start thinking about Matheus Cunha and Ryan Aït-Nouri as possible additions. Man City are a dicey bet even with all the talent on display. Forest are going to face a challenging run against fellow European contenders, so not recommending a huge win anywhere except Ipswich. Spurs, Villa, Arsenal and Brighton are all in similar positions with tough fixtures over the next few weeks. There are definitely players here that can score, but you are definitely not guaranteed anything. Let's look at the players that could be impactful this week. In the backline, Bayindir is still out for United, so Onana is starting, but our recommendation for this week is an in-form Alisson and Flecken. Some preferred defenders are also sidelined. Martinez, Botman and Stones are not available for selection. There are still a few names to look at. Gabriel, Vardiol and Trent are staples with their attacking threat. Add to that Milos Kerkez and a rejuvenated Wan-Bissaka at the hammers. Midfield is where a lot of the action is. A growing list of injuries to key players is having an impact on the season. Noni Madueke and Morgan Rogers also joining this list. There are still great options, starting with Palmer and Nkunku this week. Against Southampton, this could be a big differentiator. Salah is a given. Tielemans and Rashford are making things happen at Villa. Anthony Gordon is a live wire, but tough matches ahead for him. Arsenal will rely heavily on Trossard and Odegaard to get them back on track. Mbeumo and Damsgaard are on form influential players and should not be ignored. Kluivert is an outside bet for Bournemouth, but Dango Outara is off the list as he may get reduced time on the field with Evanilson's return. Iwobi, Minteh and Mitoma stay on from last week and are now joined by a fit-again Jared Bowen, who may be a well-priced differentiator for this week. Time to look at the guys leading the line. There are a lot of sidelined hitmen, Holland possibly coming back to lead the line this week, and Welbeck is probably getting limited minutes if required. Isaac, Wood and Watkins have tough fixtures but are not beyond scoring this week. A resurgent Spurs without their two top forwards may influence you to look at Mathis Tell this week, or you may prefer Evan Ferguson, who's now at West Ham, to provide some goals. The safest bets this week are Yoane Wissa at Brentford and Matheus Cunha. The latter is a goal machine capable of scoring against the tightest Premier League defences. If you need help this week or have already played your assistant manager chip, here are the top picks for a co-pilot for you. Glasner, Herrera, Moyes and Postecoglou are there for table bonuses if they get a result. This can be game-changing. Frank is still there from last week's great showing. Herzler and Brighton are good outside shots. That's all we have for this quick game week turnaround. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, drop a comment to stay engaged and let me know how the AI sounded. It's a long break after this one for the FA Cup weekend, but good luck with the week ahead and so long for now.